Meghan McKeown is with us now. She's a studio analyst for the WNBA on ION and also is a color commentator for the Connecticut Sun. We should note the EW Scripps company owns ION and Scripps News. Meghan, thanks for being here. You have seen how these teams have traveled in the league. What does this move mean for players?
This is a massive win for the WNBA players because they now have an opportunity to recover like the true athletes they are. First and foremost, these professionals are having to play 40-minute games, and now instead of having to go through security, wait in line for some McDonald's like the rest of us do at the airport, they can finish their 40-minute game, get on a bus to go onto a plane. It allows them to get treatment and recovery much quicker because they can get back home quicker. From a logistics standpoint, it's massive. There's a 40-game schedule in the WNBA. That is a ton of games to have to fit into about a 5-month stretch. They can get home quicker, rest, and recover. And then from a safety perspective, this is a massive win. The WNBA has so many faces right now that are some of the most recognizable faces in our culture at the moment. So now they can safely get into the airplanes without being harassed or bothered by other people. Their safety, their privacy is maintained. And overall, it's just a smooth experience. This is something that's been in the works for a long time. Kathy Engelbert made this one of her top priorities when she took over as commissioner of the league. And the WNBA has allowed charter flights in the past. In 2022, those teams playing in the finals could charter planes. Last year, in 2023, teams in the playoffs could charter planes, as could the teams participating in the Commissioner's Cup. But for this to be 2024 and the WNBA players are finally able to charter planes for a whole season, we cannot put into words or have enough time in this show to talk about how big of a win this is for the W.
Yeah, because if we talk about the money of it, $50 million over 2 years spent on travel, that'll be $25 million a season compared to roughly $4 million per season, which is what was being spent before. What does that tell you about the direction that the league is going?
The league is skyrocketing right now in popularity. And it's not just popularity in terms of fans and viewership, but it's popularity in corporate sponsorships as well, and people wanting to buy in to this league. The WNBA is a fantastic product. The talent is as good as it has ever been, and now people are recognizing that. Ticket sales have skyrocketed. There are certain games throughout the league that have had to be moved to bigger arenas to be able to take on the demand that has come from teams like the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark coming into town, or teams like the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese coming into town. Everybody right now wants to get a piece of the pie in terms of seeing these top tier talents in action, and the WNBA has been able to profit off of this, and hopefully this just continues to be the norm moving forward.
And we're all on the outside. I mean, we often talk about the WNBA. We've talked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and so many other big name players entering the league. But you work with the Connecticut Sun, you work with the league. What is it like kind of being inside the league circle as this popularity has grown?
It is so exciting. Look, I've grown up around women's basketball my whole entire life. My father is a Division I women's basketball coach, so I grew up in the gym. I've always thought women's basketball was cool. So it's amazing that everybody else has kind of caught on to this trend of knowing how cool and how talented these players are in women's hoops. They are putting in just as many hours as NBA players are. They are just as talented in their own right. And ultimately, this is one of the best things that could happen because people are finally giving these women the respect that they deserve. This has been happening for a long time. It's nice that people are starting to get on board, but it has been a long time coming. And there are plenty of former WNBA players that have helped build this up to where it is right now.
It's a lot of fun to watch. WNBA on ION analyst Meghan McKeown. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. And you can catch Meghan next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the first studio show for the WNBA on ION. Ahead of the game between the Washington Mystics and the Connecticut Sun, ION will carry 43 regular WNBA games this season. Meg, thanks for being here.